So right now, basically, we're just gonna take you a day in the life, if you will, or maybe like more of like what I do during the day, prep for my actual workout for ultramarathon training. I'm I'm leading up to a 100K, so the Grindstone 100. That was a absolute motherfucker. I got absolutely destroyed. I didn't get to run the way I wanted to run, with all the blisters on my feet. I was basically for like 50 miles straight. So I wanted to end this year with something that I could actually, put a lot of effort in, actually run for a good amount of it. So I'm probably going to be doing 100K in December, a nice time local 100K. Not that much elevation; it's all trail, but that's probably going to be build up now. So I have about 5 weeks that I can do for build up. I'll probably do like a week and a half taper, pretty short just because it's a 100K and I have a really good base of this whole year of training, and then not that aggressive will 100 or aggressive like ultra marathon races that really broke my muscles down after the Grindstone 100. The main thing that are really bothering me were my ankles, or one of my ankles, my left ankle. It's still a little swollen, and I think it's just like the bands within the ankle that just got a little rubbed raw because I was walking and running really weird with all those blisters. And now, 3 weeks later, all those really thick blister pads that formed over the blisters after they popped and all that skin got really tough and they just kind of try to heal over. Now it's all peeling and dying. So now I have like this weird, like thick, pretty nasty, this thick ass skin on my feet that are peeling now. So it's really nasty. It kind of sucks because the skin is fresh, so put a lot of pressure on that fresh skin. It's painful, like, or it's uncomfortable. Um, right now I'm at work. I'm putting together a bunch of new media for my job, which is basically I create all the social media assets and control the YouTube of two different series that we're working on. That it's a I work for a 501c nonprofit, and our main goal is just veteran empowerment. It's dope. Yeah, I mean it's an awesome job. It's interview like all these old school World War II dudes that are like 90 years old. We get their stories, which is awesome, but it is a lot of work. We don't have a big team. We have a YouTube editor. I have my buddy Luke who is helping me with all the social media assets, and then I'm building a bunch of social media assets, which is fun and awesome. It's just sometimes I get sad because I want to be making more YouTube videos, but I don't have enough time or as pretty of shooting like stuff, pretty shooting stuff than I could when I'm running. So now I'm trying to figure it out. So right now, what I'm doing, just kind of making or showing the realism of being, you know, an ultra marathon runner that's not a pro. I don't have a big background. I don't have super extreme discipline. I'm just a dude that likes to run a lot. I'm a golden retriever that has a shitload of energy. If I don't run or if I don't push myself, if I don't have big missions, then I go a little bit insane. So that's why ultra marathon is awesome. But it does take a lot of sacrifice. It does take, you know, um, taking those relaxation times that you have or usually have for, other things, watching movies and, just chilling at work, where you might have to do a working lunch like I'm doing right now and fit in your YouTube stuff during lunch break. Oh, right now, I'm willing to do that because I have big goals. Once it's off season, I'll probably take like a 1 month to 2 month off season, maybe just work on my speed and my strength. One of my big goals this year is really getting back to weightlifting and running at the same time. So more of a hybrid athlete than just a pure ultra marathon runner because I've been really skinny. So I'm increasing my calories, as you can see by the food that I'm eating, or I will be eating that I'll be showing you. Um, and maybe running a little bit less after this 100K. Maybe not too much. I'll probably still try to get around 50, 60 miles a week. Um, but we'll judge that once we actually get there. Main focus right now is getting ready for the 100K, and then the biggest focus is just getting this today's workout. So the biggest problem with ultramarathon is your daily runs are about an hour to 2 hours. So you kind of have to fit that in. I dropped off my oldest daughter to school this morning. Then I drop off my youngest daughter at her grandma's house like twice a week. So on these twice a weeks, I'll be filming these videos, and I have a little bit more time to myself where I can actually get some running done um, during work. Well, not really during work. I start work at like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or a little bit earlier, right when I start waking up, or right when I wake up to get the girls ready for school. And then I drop them off, continue working, take like an hour to an hour long lunch break some days that I actually have time, and I'll do my run then. If not, which I really haven't been able to do, I'll just do it at night. So I've been running a lot with a headlamp. Oh man, I just went on a full tangent. Sorry about that. But right now, the big calories are coming from the food that I'm eating to try to gain a little bit more weight while I'm weightlifting. I really have to kind of clean up my diet because it's not the cleanest calories that I've been eating. I need to get a little bit more protein with the weightlifting and the running. So right now I'm just eating tropical smoothie, like a little pita wrap, the club, the Chipotle chicken club got like almost 500 calories, I think, about in it. And I got a smoothie, an island green that has a shitload of sugar in it. So I'm definitely gonna have to get some running in. Probably won't take any, pre-run sugar because I'll have a bunch in my system from this meal. Typically, I'll wait an hour to 2 hours for my blood levels to like kind of level off before I start running. So I'll see how much work I actually have. I have a bit of work that I gotta get. I'm actually rendering something right now, and then I have to post it onto the social media before I get going. So post that, do a little bit more work, a little bit more housekeeping, get this food down. Definitely got to get this down quick. Because I want to get my run done before I have to pick up my daughter in about 2.5 hours. So sorry you have to watch me crushing this food, but I want to get this video down, get more contact down, and get this food down. So today's run is I'm really starting off, or I'm really focusing on engaging my glutes. So what I've really noticed during the build-up of this new 100K is my glutes just don't fire. When I'm squatting, when I'm running, I always have cramps in my hamstrings when I do traditional back squat. And it's a lot to do with my glutes not properly uh, not properly firing. So when I was in the military, and it makes a lot of sense, when I was in the military and when I first got out, my quads were giant. I had big ass giant quads, and I always wondered why my quads were always so big. I thought it was because I like to deadlift a lot and do kettlebell swings and stuff like that. But I always had this small butt, a small butt, and then huge ass quads. And but then I always had like really bad knee problems and shin splints. So it makes sense when you think about it retroactively because all the muscle was in the front and then none of the muscle or pressure was actually in the back where my glutes were actually firing. It's an oversimplification. I know there's a lot more that actually goes on, but it's something that you really want to like figure out or look at yourself just in case you don't have a good progression of your speed or your endurance or anything like that. Like I've been able to extend my pace out for a lot longer for ultramarathon for the past few years, but I haven't been getting faster. A lot of speed is derived out of like you're actually pushing and moving forward. So I'm really focusing on trying to activate those more. So a lot of my workouts are like glute bridges, clamshells. I've been doing a lot of back squat, or trying to do a lot of back squat and trying to get glutes to actually fire properly. And then I've been really focusing on glute activation before my runs, which I have not been doing. I haven't been doing for the past 2 years. Like I do a lot. I talk a lot about like properly prepping and all that shit. But then usually what happens is I have exactly an hour and a half, and I want to run for an hour or an hour and a half exactly. So all I do is basically get dressed, run out the door, get my run done, run back, and then I'm like basically timed out. So I've been I've been very focused on trying to get my glutes more engaged and making time and sacrificing a little bit of time for those pre-run activations for weightlifting, and the post-run activations are stretching out. But also an additional one of the biggest sources of actual, sleepy glutes is sitting a lot. And most people in today's society sit at a computer desk like I do, editing all day, conference calls all day, and just sitting. And I'm usually pretty good. Usually pretty good. I used to be pretty good. I had a bike set up where I would actually be able to bike at my desk, and a treadmill set up where I'd be able to walk on my desk. But for the past year or so, I've been pretty lazy because I've been doing a little bit more intensive stuff during work, or stuff I have to focus on during work a little bit more. So, you know, I have to really get back into that and get back into like the standing desk and doing stretches and stuff at the standing desk. Maybe try to get a walking treadmill at this new house and stuff like that. But, we'll talk a little bit more about glute activation while we're actually on the run. I'm already starting to ramble a lot. And that's the style of talking that I like to do, is just rambling. I like to talk a lot because, you know, I work from home and I don't talk to many people except for my wife, and then, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. Uh, they don't like to talk about ultra marathon running. So I'm going to start putting my aggressive rambling in these videos so that I can get it out and I don't have to annoy my wife with it every single night. So, Amy Crusher's food. It's a lot of carbs, probably like 70 grams of carbs total. I mean, stupid smoothies. If you guys are having problems with weight loss or anything like that, and you're drinking a bunch of smoothies, look at what you're drinking, because smoothies have a lot of sugar. I mean, I think this one has like 50 grams of sugar in it. It's basically like drinking a Coke, if not more. Um, Fast food is not anything that you buy at like fast food is probably not going to be that healthy, even if it seems healthy. There's an issue. There's an issue with the fast food that we shove in our mouth. But that is one reason why I did choose ultra marathon, because I do like to eat like crap. I like to drink a couple beers now and again. I like to eat candy now and again, with the babies, eat ice cream with my girls and shit. So I like to run because I like to eat. So adding in, running and weightlifting, there is a lot of like calories, extra calories that you can get away with, but I try to clean it up when I get closer to the race. So probably like when we're 4 weeks out, 3 weeks out, I try to clean it out, but that's more for like GI stress and inflammation. Let me finish this food. Let me work, and then I'll guys back up once we start. Probably like an hour. Probably let this food just settle for like an hour. It is pretty, pretty simple stuff like chicken and white bread and a smoothie. So it should stabilize in my system probably within an hour. And then I'll hit you with the pre-run nutrition, pre-run, activation. Then we'll go out on the run. That was kind of a shit show. After that last clip ran, whew, man, everything kind of exploded at work, and I had to shift my plans, of course, like always. And I didn't get my workout or my run done during work. Uh, I drank a monster, not a monster. I drank a sugar-free energy drink. I am still a fan of energy drinks quite a bit. So drink some energy drink, and then I had all that caffeine surging through my system, and my export failed, and a bunch of other things failed. So I had to re-edit some stuff and get everything back up and running. But the day is over. Went and picked up my daughter, and now, oh my god, it's late, right? Not too late. Heck. So basically, picked up my daughter, and now we're gonna get in a quick lift before we have to go to the in-laws' house and grab some dinner. So it's gonna be a really weird mashup workout. I basically had all my pre-run nutrition 2 or 3 hours ago, and then I'm not going to take anything else before this lift. So let's get this lift done, and we're going to start with flat bench. Yeah, that's already getting hard. It's crazy how much weight I've dropped on my lift. Last set, we'll hit this weird little angle. See if it. Woo! All right, well, can only get 3 of those safely. If I had some guards, maybe. If I had some guards, maybe I would go for that last rep, but I don't want to do anything stupid or pull my shoulders or anything crazy like that. So typically, if I miss a rep, I'll just take some weight off and then hit one more rep. That's kind of a personal thing. I don't know if that's effective or not, efficient or not, but if I go for 4, I try to stay with 4, even if I drop the weight a little. So just one more. Good. All right, so let's move on to some incline bench with dumbbells. So I just got 55s. That's the max weight that I got. Usually I think I would like to go a little bit higher, but don't have the weight. So just kind of giving it a little bit more reps and a little bit more squeeze, working with what I got. I know, weightlifting is kind of weird when you're focusing on running, but I think overall it really does help. It helps with injury prevention. It helps with driving, especially if you're using poles, and just like overall like unbreakability, if you will. So I feel like I've been getting a little bit more frail, which is kind of weird to say, as I've been running more and more. My I don't know. It just makes me feel a little bit more aggressive and a little bit better throughout the day. And I know there's more effective ways that I'll probably be looking into on how weightlifting and the type of weightlifting that I'm doing can actually affect my running in a positive way. I know there's a lot of stability and balance and, you know, regular, not regular, but I guess regular running exercises that I could be doing. But right now, I'm just kind of lifting to enjoy and kind of get back into it, and then I'll start narrowing down as we get further and further. So we're just going into some incline bench. Get the top heads of my chest. Probably go for like eight to 10, with nice squeezes at the top. And we'll do about 4 sets. The last one was 10, 6, 6, 4. This is probably like 8 to 10, 4, 4. So let's just get into it. Knock these guys out. All right, let's go. Talking to the camera really puts me in a chill mood. I feel very chill. Usually I try to get all amped up when I'm working out. All right, let's go. Little pulley system that attaches to a boxing little setup that just connects to a weight, and then you have your own little ankle pulley system, but it's only up and not like down, so you can't do like blinds and shit like that. So we're just basically gonna do some like rope fucking tricep pull downs. I kind of have to get into a weird position, but better than nothing. Pretty low weight again on this, and really focusing on the squeeze at the bottom, where we'll get that actual proper muscle stimulation that I'm looking for. So let's do 10-ish. Let's see how. I don't even know how many I did. Alright, whatever, I'm fucking done. Fuck those. Fuck those, I'm done. Alright, let's move down to the ground, to my dirty ass floor, and burn out with some push-ups. Got about 50 push-ups so far. But I think I'm just gonna call it right now. I got a time hack to hit, and my muscles are really struggling right now. So I'm just gonna call it good for the workout, because it's probably gonna be dark. So get that running, and then we'll wrap up the video for the day. So we're finally on the treadmill. It is almost 10 p.m. It is 9:55 p.m. So it took all day, but here we are on the treadmill. I'm just trucking away at about an 8:20 mile pace. I'm not trying to go too crazy today on this workout, just because the legs are a little bit tired, a little bit sore. So just kind of trucking away. I'll probably run about an hour and a half, and then call it good. Try to get around 10 miles or so, and then I'll try to get a little bit longer, maybe tomorrow. But the focus of today is going to be glute activation, so making sure I have a nice tight core in the right hip position up for glute activation. And then we're going to be doing some little bit of up tempo running after we probably warm up. So I'll probably run about 2 miles, and then I'll get into maybe zone 3 when I'm doing about 5-minute surges. So typically when I'm actually doing a workout in a run, I try to maintain that 80-20 split of working easy running and workout running. So that's about 20% of an hour and 30 is around like 18 minutes, I think. So I usually just round it up to 20 minutes. So I'll do 4 sets of 5 minutes up tempo after 3 minutes or 3 miles of running on the treadmill. So nothing special, just maintaining my breathing, maintaining good form. That's the most important thing of treadmill running, is really focusing on form and really focusing on your breathing, because it is so easy to get sloppy on the treadmill. I mean, I can literally just arms down, head down, and just kind of fall with the treadmill. And I think that's really why a lot of people say that treadmill running isn't as effective, because they get sloppy with their form. I do too, a lot. So this year and some previous years, when I run a lot on the treadmill, I really make sure that I'm very, very purposeful on what I'm doing on this treadmill, why I'm running on the treadmill, and I try to always sneak in a workout on the treadmill because it is a bit easier on the body. There's impact absorbers, and you're not going up and down all the time and dodging roots and wild coyotes fighting bears and all that jazz. You're just kind of blankly running, staring at something. That's it. I made sure that my treadmill is very entertaining. So I set up this rack. I think I've shown this before. I set up this rack where it's like a wire rack where I can put my laptop directly at eye level and watch YouTube and watch anime. I like to watch anime while I run and really just kind of zone out while maintaining proper form. Get my anime watching in because I have to read it. I like to watch the subs and not the dubbed version. So just sit there watching anime, reading anime, maybe some YouTubes, some Twitch. This is the time when I get some trash watching done. Stuff that's not really, I guess it helps you because it helps you relax, helps you be creative, and makes your mind kind of switch from analytical to creative when you're just enjoying yourself. So I do enjoy this time. I haven't been running on the treadmill as much as I used to because this treadmill fucking sucks. I've had nothing but problems with it. The belt will stop working and it'll just stop. And I'm like, oh fuck. After 30 minutes of use, I changed the motor, I changed the belt, I changed the fucking chip, I changed so many things on this stupid treadmill. And it's just Nordic track. I don't know how they're still a fucking company, because you look it up online and all their treadmills get terrible reviews. It's always hardware issues. And since I bought this secondhand,
no warranty. And even people with warranties, they're saying that like they don't really help you out too much. So, you know, fuck you, Nordic Track. At least I didn't pay full price for this motherfucker. I think this thing was like, I think it retails at like $3,500, $4,000. I got it online for like $500 maybe. I got a whole season of training out of it, like on and off because it was being a bitch. But I got a lot of miles on this treadmill. So I think I got my money's worth, and I'm about to just freaking sell it for parts and get a different treadmill. This treadmill is awesome though, because it goes down decline -6%, which is dope because you can hammer your quads in the comfort of your house. It goes up to 40%, which is ridiculous. That's like going straight up a fucking mountain the hard way where there's no route. So that incline power is super awesome to have and utilize as a tool. But man, the frustration and the money pit that this fucking treadmill is worth, it's not worth it. I mean, I don't think I'll ever train on a treadmill for realistically anything over 25% grade, because anything above that, unless you're a psychopath or a monster or a pro, you're going to be hiking up that. Probably anything around like 20% to 15%. You're going to be hiking or slow jogging up. So it's almost not worth it. All right, so I kind of went a little bit long on that warm up. I'm at like 5.5 miles, 45 minutes in. I got caught up watching some anime, kind of in a weird, funky angle because my basement's really tight where I have everything. So I still got to figure out like the camera positions and stuff for my office. But hopefully when I have more time and everything doesn't, get in the way of the workouts, I can take you guys outside and have this a little bit more dynamic than a dude just sitting in his basement, working in his basement, lifting in his basement, eating in his basement, and then running in his basement. I mean, it is what it is, but I usually like to get outside at least once a day for running or exercise, just enjoy some nature. So what I was talking about the glute activation is really a different posture than I'm usually used to running in. So what I'm really focusing on is my hip position. So typically what I like to call running dick first, if that makes sense. So hold on. So basically I was running for some reason with my ass rotated out. So if your hips are a bucket, I was pouring water out. I'm kind of running like this. For some reason, I don't know. It's like a power position in like football and lifting and stuff like that, but it doesn't activate your glutes that well. So if you put your hips out like this, pour out water out of your hips, and you try to lift up your legs, you'll find a lot of tension within your hips. And then if you go dick first, run dick first, you're kind of thrusting it out and pointing it up, then lift out your leg. It's gonna feel a lot easier for travel and you're activating your glutes a lot more. So that's what I'm really practicing. My form is a little funky still. I mean, it's still pretty unnatural to me. I've only been doing it for a couple weeks, but I'm really focusing on pushing my hips up and keeping everything straight in line instead of kind of like running kind of like this, which is fucking stupid and I don't know why I did that. But keeping my core nice and tight, head back a little bit, nice and up, and then dip first and up. That helps my knees drive further, my feet land directly underneath me, and all that pressure is pushing back. So that's always an issue I had in the past, is my quads would blow up, and then I'll just kind of suffer for a while. And then near the end of the run, I would kind of crunch down and like get real tight, drive my knees really quick, hard, and push. And it's because my glutes still had power. My quads, my lower legs had no other option to utilize my glutes when I finally decided to start driving down and fucking using my glutes. So I'm trying to do a good balance of glutes, quads, and utilize my entire lower body instead of only killing my quads. So that's what I'm practicing right now. We're about at 50 minutes, and then we'll go right into our first 5-minute surge. So I'm nice and sweaty, if you can see or if you can tell, but we're gonna start pushing into our first 5-minute interval. I'll probably only go up like 0.5 miles per hour, you know, hit it at like 8.5 maybe, but I'm not gonna push it too hard. I'm already pretty tired. I'm probably already kind of almost pushing out of zone 2 because it's late, I'm tired. Oh, 50 minutes. All right, so I'm going in. So first 5-minute upsurge. All right, seems pretty good. I might increase it after a minute. So this is something that I try to do, is not go over to start off with and just increase slowly throughout the 5 minutes so I don't blow my load in the first minute and then have to lower the speed. But my talking is starting to get labored, which is good. Just telling me that I'm starting to get out of zone 2 and into zone 3. So I'm gonna stop talking, get myself out of breath, try to regain my breathing, and finish up this last 4 minutes. Okay, go up. I'm at 8.5. Which is 7:03 pace. Not bad. Not bad. My pace is pretty shit. My I mean, I don't want to sound like an asshole or cocky cock or whatever, self-deprecating or whatever, but my normal pace is around 8:30, 8:40. That's like my comfortable zone 2 flat pace that I can run for quite a while. It's been like that for a couple of years. But I'll give you guys a weird little back view for this interval, and then we'll just shut it off because I don't think there's much more for this treadmill run that I can actually squeeze out of my brain. And I'll just enjoy some anime and get this workout done. So we already started, and we got our next 5 minutes going. So I've been watching a lot of One Piece. It's getting really good. They just beat up some of the emperors of the sea, and it's something I've been watching since I was a kid, which is absolutely insane. All these motherfuckers that are watching the live action. I'm just joking. The more people that enjoy One Piece, the better.
The day is finally over. Man, that was a long fucking day. So that run was a lot harder than I expected. I definitely should have taken some in-run nutrition, maybe just like a bottle, get like 200 or 300 calories while I was running, and maybe like a liter of water, a liter of cola, a liter of water. That would have really helped my case. So now I'm going to have to kind of play catch up a little bit, and try to chug a bunch of water, and definitely going to take some protein powder, maybe like 20 to 30 grams of protein, and then call it a night. I might snack on some, some fun stuff, maybe eat some Teddy Grahams, something fun. Definitely going to hit a little CBD gummy, do a cute little gummy flip. Gummy flip. Nap. Yeah, that went in my mouth for the first time. Definitely. So hit up some CBD, helps me sleep, helps with inflammation, whatever it may be. And yeah. So how'd today go? It was a fucking shit show, like most days. And it is what it is, that's what makes it fun, is you got to figure out how to fit it in and make your goals happen. That's the fun part about ultramarathon and having big goals and doing stuff like this, is making all this shit fit for fucking 6 goddamn months, and then going out and completing your mission after all the trials and tribulations and all that shit. You get to fucking do what you set out to do, no matter how hard it was. And it wasn't even that fucking hard, to be honest. Like, I enjoy working out, I enjoy running, I enjoy watching anime on the treadmill. So it really isn't that bad. I mean, if you do stuff that you like you like ultramarathon, you like pushing yourself, like, enjoy it. That's really one thing that I'm trying to remember a lot more this year. I kind of got into the weeds of training and pushing and numbers and all this shit, and sometimes you forget to just go back to why you started running, go back to why you started lifting, and go back to why you started being mission driven. It's because it's fucking fun. It's fun to run, it's fun to push yourself, it's fun to go into the pain cave and chip away and fucking become an average savage. It's fun to fucking get your ass kicked. So change your mentality and change your fucking life. And today was a pretty good day. I mean, it was busy. I got to take my girls to school, give her a hug, give her a kiss, send her off to school. Like, oh, you're all cute. She's in a cute little Ninja Turtle dress. And then I hung out with my youngest daughter for a little bit while I was working. Dropped her off at grandma's house. Solved a couple problems at work and got some shit done. Got a fairly decent workout in. It was pretty short. I did 2 to 3 sets for my chest and 2 to 3 sets for the triceps, but got a pretty good workout. And then Had a good meal with the in-laws and the family. The girls got to play around with grandma and grandpa, and then I got my run in. I mean, the run was pretty successful. I got sweaty as fuck. Um, Ended up doing 10 miles in an hour and 22 minutes and 56 seconds. So like it's just like average pace of like 8:20 or some shit. But I got the intervals in that I wanted to get in. And we're gonna be slowly building for the next like 4 to 5 weeks, uh, leading up to 100K in December. More than likely. I still have to sign up for it, but it's a local 100K, so it shouldn't fill up. Hopefully, I just have to make 100% sure that the wife and the family are all good and ready, or good and okay for me being gone for most of the day and then coming back a little bit destroyed. Not too bad, but a little bit destroyed for a day or two, maybe like a day. 100Ks, I'm usually dead for a day. Um, so yeah, it was a good day. The next one is going to be an outdoor run, so I'll definitely try to get outdoors, and then I'll probably be doing legs. I want to try to get in another leg day, maybe on Thursday. So hopefully you like this content. I know it's long. Hopefully you can just put it in the background, see what a regular day-to-day, like, normal office worker or remote worker who sits behind a computer screen, ultra marathon person's life kind of looks like. I got a full-time job, a side business. I run ultra marathons. I have a wife. I have 2 kids, 2 dogs. So, pretty full life, but making it work, fitting it in. You know, Still play video games, still watch anime. Just you got to figure it out. And if you're willing to sacrifice a couple things and fit everything in, then you can do it too. So hopefully I can, let you in on my journey, and then you can look into your own life and figure out what missions you want to hit up, and uh, you know, make that shit work too. So, it's kind of a long video, and this is going to be a bunch of long videos. So hopefully you like this content, and hopefully we can pump out a lot of these like regular day in life, and you can watch my journey as I build up to 100K while I'm on off season. And then in springtime, I'm going to be going for probably an early season 100 miler, because I have an itching in the back of my head to hit up another 100 miler after the Grindstone 100. I definitely want to do that as soon as possible, because I'm getting itchy for another 100 miler. My wife almost punched me in the goddamn throat because I was like, oh, I'm going to do the 100 miler in December. And she's like, fuck you. I could do it alone, without a crew or anything, but I think I owe it to her just to, take it easy. That's how I sold it, and just do the 100K. So yeah, it'll be fun. So, see you on the next workout, the next gym session workout, long rambling video. But get out there, become an average savage, make that shit fucking work, fit it in, chip away, become an average savage. Let's fucking go. Let's get out there and fucking do it.